Hey everybody, Barry Kleinman. Closing out the last couple segments here of training camp, getting more and more focused on what it is we're trying to accomplish, getting ourselves as mentally fit, as directionally fit as we can. So when the game starts and you put yourself out and try to move the needle in your life, you have as much focus on what it is you want to happen and why. And then, of course, you can respond to the right people at the right time with the sort of answers that not only you're trying to trick them saying, but they're from your heart, because when they're from your heart, they are much more impactful, and not only for them, but of course for yourself. No sense moving the needle in the wrong direction. No sense building a house you don't want to live in. So the other day we ended up trying to figure out a win statement, what's important now and why. Very, very strong and very, very focusing exercise. This is taking that and making it more finite, more of an essence, to really help you really get committed to what it is that you say you want to happen. You see a quote on the screen by Mavis Staples. My purpose is to lift your spirit and to motivate you. Amazing singer, Mavis Staples. All you have to do is hear her single. 3-4 measures, you'll know she's driven. Um, so, and again, my friend and mentor Jay Samit once said to me, "The purpose of life is to live a life of purpose." It couldn't be any more accurate again, and somehow we get dragged away from that. So I learned this exercise that I'm about to share with you. I hope once again you do it. I hope you grab your journal and and take advantage of this. The whole idea again is to keep boiling down and keeping what's going on in your brain more and more focused, so your actions moving forward represent the actions that are most in your heart, and of course your belief system and your abilities. So I learned this again, extrapolated from a gentleman whose name is Joe Polish, amazing guy. You can certainly look him up, Google him. I'll put some notes about Joe in the comments about Joe in the notes. But anyway, on your screen, you see this grid. So I don't know about you, but we all have people. I have people in my life who I admire but have never met. And certainly I have people in my life that I admire and have met. What I would recommend, and the idea of this exercise, is draw this little box in your journal. North, south, east, west. And write it just like that. And then think through the names of the people, friends, family members, anybody, doesn't matter, who you admire and why you admire them. And do this. You're going to see it. It really is very telling. Uh, Purpose drives our actions. It's like a guiding light, a beacon. You'll never regret trying to figure out your purpose. We talked about it before. Mark Twain said, the most important days of your life are the day you're born and when you know you're here. Here's an exercise to help you. So do this, right? Think through it. Write down the answers. People you never met but admire, people you met and admired, and why. Okay. Um, and then when you've done it, have a friend or a family member say to you, "Hey, what's your life's purpose?" And you read it. My life's purpose is, and then read everything that you wrote about the people's, why you admire the people that you do. Okay. Read everything about why you admire the people that you do. Um, each of us is attracted to certain things that we don't often articulate. We don't really often think through. We don't often think to write down. And not thinking through them, not writing them down is essentially ignoring them, honestly. And we wind up chasing shiny objects like the song The Joneses. Do it if you want. Again, your life. But to me, if you're here trying to win the fifth quarter, I don't think you're going to be able to do it without living a life on purpose. And again, I'll bet the reason that you haven't won to the extent that you wanted to win so far is because you have lacked clarity of purpose. And again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but that's been my experience again, both professionally and personally in my own life. So my grid is here. You can see it. People I admire: Bruce Springsteen, Damon John, Stephen Covey. There are more people I've met and admired. I've never met the top three. Uh, I left initials, people in my life who, anyway, they're personal. And everything that I admired about these people seems very similar: their integrity, their spirit, their work ethic, their professional competence, sense of humor, uh, high integrity, things I admire. So when I retired from my search business to found the Fifth Quarter Project and change the scope of my work, it had a lot to do with me thinking through my life's purpose. And the people I admire drove that decision in many ways. I thought about it and myself in a much, much different sense. So once again, on you, do it or don't do it. But I will promise you that the purpose of life is to live a life of purpose. And if you're out of purpose, then you are. But this will really help your training camp and moving forward, and it'll be very centering and very focusing. So give it a try. There are many purpose-driven drills. I really enjoyed this one. Draw that box on a piece of paper. I hope this is really helpful to you, and we'll catch you. There's 2 segments of training camp left, just a couple more definitions, and then we're going to start playing. And it'll be exciting, and you'll be that much more excited if you've touched every line here in training camp, if you've done your work. Okay, thanks, everybody. Have a great day.